paperclip, ballpoint pen, rubber band, tweezers, nasal spray, and a turkey baster. $14.
Let's fast forward through this pesky football game so we can get to the good stuff.
We blew a half-inch hole clear through, but the master lock still holds tight.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for another Top 10 Super Bowl commercials.
Ride, just enjoy the ride.
For this list, we're choosing more TV ads that were originally created for or aired in conjunction with a Super Bowl. If you're wondering where Mean Joe Green and the Budweiser frogs are, be sure to check out our original list of the top 10 Super Bowl commercials.
Budweiser.
Now grab the nachos, take your designated seat on the couch, and let the games begin.
Come on, Seahawks! Come on!
Number 10. The Joy of Pepsi, Pepsi. Britney Spears' music is always bubbly and explosively fun, making her the perfect spokesperson for Pepsi. And this ad, which aired during Super Bowl 36, has all the ingredients of a great music video, being infectiously catchy while also expressing something resembling a narrative. Spears' exceptionally choreographed display captivates everyone from a slacking blue-collar worker to former Republican presidential candidate Bob Dole. Even a few Coca-Cola employees are drawn in. Spears thus demonstrates that the joy of Pepsi is universal, regardless of your class, age, or occupation. As much as the world changes, this cola never will. Number 9. The next big thing, Samsung.
This makes no sense, man.
Are you sure that maybe you're not here to see a guy named Samsung?
I don't think I am.
That would make more sense.
Reminiscent of a Judd Apatow comedy, this commercial from Super Bowl 47 finds Seth Rogen running into Paul Rudd in the Samsung office lobby. The actors are overcome with petty jealousy upon realizing they're up for the same position.
Maybe in like 1998, you were the next big thing.
Wow, I've never seen you this excited about something that isn't food.
You are not the next big
You
thing.
make people physically uncomfortable.
Look, man, they gave me a phone.
I got one too.
Where'd you get that?
Shooting various immature insults at one another, you almost expect one of them to say, "You know how I know you're gay?"
You know I know you're gay? How? Every time we go out to eat, you want to sit on the terrace.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
You're always ordering frittatas.
Finally, a sleazy agent played by Bob Odenkirk arrives and insists they work together.
People love commercials with talking babies.
Yeah, those
Talking
creepy...
babies.
So we just use Seth.
In a diaper?
I don't wear a diaper.
You would wear a diaper for Samsung, though, right?
I would wear a diaper for Samsung.
What else you got?
The two pitch half-assed ideas for the next big thing, only to be upstaged by LeBron James via tablet.
That's awesome with LeBron James. Man, that's incredible. You get LeBron James, you got the next big thing. You don't even need anybody else.
That's right, we don't. Don't need anyone else.
Number 8. Magic Fridge, Bud Light.
Hey, the guys are coming over to watch the game. Aren't you worried about them drinking all the Bud Light?
No Super Bowl party is complete without a fridge stocked with cold ones. But what if you don't want to share your hoard of Bud Light with your buddies? The main character in this Super Bowl 40 commercial thinks of a seemingly foolproof solution by installing a secret revolving wall in his apartment.
Secret revolving wall. Dude, you're a genius.
Unfortunately, he forgets to factor in his next-door neighbors.
The magic fridge is back!
Definitely one of the funniest and most clever commercials of the past decade. This setup appeals to every dude's dream of stumbling upon a bountiful supply of free booze. All hail the Magic Fridge.
Magic fridge.
Number 7. Imported from Detroit, Chrysler.
What does a town that's been to hell and back know about the finer things in life? Well, I'll tell you. More than most.
Detroit is probably one of the last American cities any person would want to live in. This Chrysler commercial from Super Bowl 45 doesn't shy away from Detroit's grittier side, but it also demonstrates that this is a proud city composed of hard workers.
Add hard work and conviction, and a know-how that runs generations deep in every last one of us. That's who we are.
M&M's Oscar-winning song Lose Yourself creates a fitting mood, showing that great passion and determination can still come from the shadiest corners of the country.
Certainly no one's Emerald City.
It might not appear very glamorous or welcoming, but the Motor City is the only place with the fortitude to produce a luxury vehicle like the Chrysler 200.
This is the Motor City. And this is what we do.
Number 6. Monk's Xerox.
Ever since people started recording information, there's been a need to duplicate it.
Able to print faster than any of its predecessors, the Xerox 9200 duplicating system was one of the most progressive stepping stones in the photocopier's evolution.
Can duplicate, reduce, and assemble a virtually limitless number of complete sets, and does it all at an incredible 2 pages per second.
This innovative device couldn't have come at a better time for brother Dominick, who's charged with inscribing 500 copies of a document by hand.
Now, I would like 500 more sets.
Thanks to the good folks at Xerox, the Monk is able to finish a lifetime of painstaking labor in one afternoon. Smart and humorous, this commercial from Super Bowl XI reveals that the Xerox 9200 was truly nothing short of a miracle.
The 500 sets you asked for.
It's a miracle.
Number 5. Clydesdale Respect, Budweiser. Where most beer commercials put an emphasis on partying and good times, this Budweiser advertisement from Super Bowl 36 somberly salutes the people who lost their lives on September 11, 2001. Pulling an iconic red wagon, a unit of the legendary and majestic Budweiser Clydesdales makes its way across the snowy countryside from a humble farmhouse to a small town to the city of New York. As the horses take a bow before the land, we're reminded that even minute-long commercials are capable of evoking deep emotions. It's poignant, it's patriotic, it's a pitch-perfect tribute. Number 4. Pug Attack, Doritos.
Oh, babe, check this out.
The annual Crash the Super Bowl contest has produced one hilarious fan-made Doritos commercial after another. Pug Attack, which aired during Super Bowl 45, is a notable standout, teaching us never to tease a dog with treats.
You want a Dorito? Are you hungry? I want to get a Dorito.
Babe, don't hurt my dog. Waving a chip around, a childish man mockingly tries to make his girlfriend's pet ram into the glass door. Charging forward in slow motion, the dog leaves the audience on the edge of their seats. The commercial offers an uproarious comedic payoff as the pug triumphantly breaks through the door and claims what's rightfully his. Number 3. Just My Shell, M&M's.
So then I said, Mr. Prime Minister, I'm flattered that you love chocolate, but I'm here strictly in a professional. What's wrong with him?
He thinks you're naked.
M&M's have worked a fair deal of sexual overtones into their Super Bowl commercials.
But I won't do that, or that, or this. No.
While I Would Do Anything for Love is a fine example, perhaps the most blatant innuendo occurs in this Super Bowl 46 ad. Covered in a milky brown shell, it's easy to assume that the professional and glasses-wearing Ms. Brown is nude.
My shell is brown. It just looks like my milk chocolate is showing. Only a fool would think I'd actually show up naked.
So it's that kind of party. Hit it!
Even Red mistakes Brown's shell coating for her birthday suit, prompting him to take it all off. Flexing and wiggling his body to LMFAO's Sexy and I Know It, Red leaves us all wondering how the M&M anatomy works.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yeah.
Number 2. Apartment 10G, Diet Pepsi. In the midst of his work on Family Ties and in the Back to the Future franchise, Michael J. Fox brings his unparalleled charm and comedic timing to this Super Bowl 21 commercial, in which a striking new neighbor drops by with a thirst for Diet Pepsi.
Yes!
Fresh out of soda, Fox refuses to give up.
How about something else?
No, that's okay. Listen, if you don't have a Diet Pepsi...
No!
He ventures down the fire escape and overcomes rain, traffic, dogs, biker gangs, and his own locked window to get that Diet Pepsi.
You okay in there?
Here's your Diet Pepsi.
It appears that Fox's efforts have been for nothing when it's revealed that the neighbor has a roommate named Danny.
Danny?
Once Danielle shows up, however, Michael realizes he'll have to make a second trip.
The choice of a new generation.
Before we take a knee to our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Hey, well, by the way, what's in the package?
Nothing really. Just a satellite phone, GPS locator, fishing rod, water purifier, and some seeds.
I see a little silhouette of a kind.
Mountain Dew, time to do the slam dunk go.
Dude, you got Montana on your jersey.
Joe Montana! It is! It's a miracle stage!
I can see the miracle.
It's a miracle stage!
See the miracle.
Number 1. Cat herders, electronic data systems.
This man right here is my great-grandfather. He's the first cat herder in our family.
The idea of cowboys herding cats is every bit as silly as it sounds. What makes this Super Bowl 34 commercial so funny is how seriously the concept is taken.
Anybody can herd cattle. Holding together 10,000 half-wild short hairs, well, that's another thing altogether.
The production values are first-rate, the actors play their roles with straight faces, and everybody involved paints cat herding as the noblest of professions.
I got this one this morning, right here, and if you look at his face, it's just ripped to shreds.
While the premise has little to do with electronic data systems, you can't help but smile at something so ridiculous and yet so epic. It goes to show that any idea can work in the hands of brilliant minds.
When you bring a herd into town and you ain't lost a one of them, ain't a feeling like it in the world.
Do you agree with our list?
Easy, boy.
What other Super Bowl commercials continue to stick with you?
There's a whisker in my hamburger.
For more entertaining top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
What about Canada?
Nope.
That indoor league?
Nope.
What am I gonna do?
Do what everybody else does. Start a business. Build yourself a website.
Welcome to T.O.'s Humble Pie.
With Wix, it's easy to create a website and build your own business.
Let's party!
Just click, drag, and drop to create a stunningly beautiful, totally customized, all-pro website. All by yourself.
Farve and carve. It's charcuterie.
You did that yourself?
Don't look so surprised. Yeah.
Wix.com. It's that easy.
I'm gonna get something real quick.
No rush.